ìṣàwárí àti ìdàgbàsókè ara ẹni ṣíṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ìpàdé àti àpéjọ lóríṣiríṣi láti rí dájú pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ní pàtàkì ṣíṣe àwòrán bíi ètò àti tẹ́lẹ̀tì tí wọ́n ń ṣáájú nínú iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú èrò ìsìn àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ fún ètò ìdáhùn àti ìlànà ìwé létí láti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún àwọn ọmọdé àti ọ̀dọ́ ní ìrìn àjò ìdàgbàsókè wọn ṣíṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ àpèṣe láti kọ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àti fífi wọn ní ààyè ní àjọṣepọ̀ ní àwọn ìrọ̀rọ̀ àti ara wọn àti láti yọ̀ǹda ara wọn fún àṣeyọrí iṣẹ́ àkànṣe ní ètò ìgbésẹ̀ fún ìdàgbàsókè agbègbè àti àwùjọ wa. Ìgbàlejò láti ṣe ìrànwọ́ fún àwọn tí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún àti àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe ní kíkọ́ ayé àwọn tó ti lè tún ìrànwọ́ ìgbà wa. Ìbáṣepọ̀ tí ó bá ní pẹ̀lú àwọn àti àgbà tí ó mú ìrànwọ́ ìṣe àti ìgbà àti àwọn iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè YTOP is an acronym for young, talented, optimistic, and full of potentials. It is a non-governmental organization founded by Ekundayo Oluwadamilare with the goal of developing capacities of young people, enhancing economic growth, and assisting in achieving their goals. The organization focuses on building young minds and creating a platform for them to grow, learn, and become change makers in the society. It is actively engaged in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and YTOP carries out its activities by 1. Taking young people on a discovery walk to help them learn about self-discovery and personal development. 2. Organizing career awareness and development programs to communicate the importance of talent discovery before choosing a career. 3. Providing mentorship programs as follow-up strategy to support teenagers and young people in their development journey. 4. Organizing projects that educate young people, give them an opportunity to interact and share ideas, and volunteer for project execution. 5. Embarking on community development projects, such as fundraising to help the less privileged, addressing social issues, and capacity building projects for undergraduates. 6. Partnering with like-minded organizations to support community work and youth development projects. As Kingdom citizens, Ekundayo Oluwadamilare believes that all young people have an important role to play as the salt of the world and for the reasons they are in the world. He wants young people to take the lead in change movements, make their contributions to knowledge and development in society, and achieve these goals through his organization. Through active volunteering, YTOP members have been an active part of our programs. If you are looking for a community where you can learn, collaborate, and impact others while growing, then the YTOP Global Community is the place to be. For more information, please visit our website at www.ytopglobal.org.
Thank you.
YTOP is an acronym for young.
Already young, we're here. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Good evening, Everyone here, at least the last time I checked, we are from Nigeria. So good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to have you join us in this session. It's going to be an amazing time. This is YTOP Global, an organization that we just heard from the podcast, that we are an organization for those who believe that they are young, they are talented, they are optimistic, and they know that they are full of potential. We don't just have just random people amongst us. We have people that have the vision to make things happen. So this is fourth edition of YTOP Global, that is YTOP and Friends 4.0. It's an annual program that we have. We talk about it every end of the year to recharge ourselves, learn from the experience of experts, and so we can become a very great individual, making the world a better place. So we could not hold it last year for a few reasons, which I will share later at the end. But today, I have an amazing personality in the midst of us tonight, and which means that tonight we are going to be learning raw experience, because as a developer myself with almost a decade experience interacting with young people, communities, and doing social work, I can tell you how life will be at the point where you need to take a pause and reflect that, oh, what am I going to do next? So this session is for everybody, regardless of your age, your job, and what you're doing. So tonight, let's sit back, relax, because it's just going to be amazing. So before we begin, I want us to pause for a moment, because as I was coming up this afternoon, I was putting out my text together. I wrote something which I would like to read to you guys so you can learn from it and also get yourself prepared for the session that we're starting right away. So what am I saying to share with you? I reflected so well that many young people do not fail because they lack ability. I have discovered that many young people fail because they struggle when they reach a particular junction. What do I mean? A junction whereby everything is not clearly shown and they don't know what the next step going to be. They don't know what next to do. They don't know what action to take. They don't know, they are just stuck at a point where they're like, what am I going to do next? Most especially at two critical positions that I've observed. One, after graduation. Two, after NYSC. There is this great question of what next? What am I going to do? How is life going to be? Or when you transition from a job to another job and you're like, come on, what am I going to do? Like, what is the prototype you're going to use? So it's always a very critical moment whereby it requires everybody to pause and ask yourself the real question, what next? So study shows that 60% of young people globally feel unprepared to make major life and career decisions, and not because they are incompetent, but because they lack the guidance, the exposure, the honest conversation with people who have walked through the road before them. And that is something very critical, because people that have gone ahead of you, you don't have anybody you can reach out to. And this is one of the reasons, a big problem that we are solving at YTOP Global Community. People that have gone ahead of you, hold your hand. So I have shown this repeatedly, that young people doubt their capacity, question their worth, because results are very, very slow. I understand that quality takes time. So people feel stuck, not that they are lazy, they are confused, not that they are incapable. And this is why platform like this is created to help youth pour their mind, heart-to-heart conversation. And that is why YTOP and Friends exist. So for everyone here, you have either participated in our program, any of our program this year or before, or you are just the new friends of YTOP. Please, you can indicate in the chat that I am new here. I'm just my first time joining YTOP. We would like to appreciate you for joining. Please, you can do that in the chat box, where my team member will appreciate and celebrate you. And if you're going to be watching this video, if you're first time hearing about YTOP Global, that is young, talented, optimistic, and full of potential global, please put in the comment section. Let's celebrate you for the win and the decision that you have taken, that you'll be glad you did. All right, so we're not here to impress. We are here to tell you the truth and the reality of the journey. So today and tomorrow, we are having a real conversation, deep one. This is not polished success story. This is not edited or AI generated. This is parts that have shaped people. People want to pour their hearts to you. You want to learn and ask questions. I'm going to leave the question basically, but you can also definitely ask questions. So it's going to be a lot of learning, and I just need something from you, please. I want you to be relaxed. I want you to be calm. I want you to be honest with yourself. Don't allow this conversation to just go like that. Let the conversation meet you where you truly are, because this is the most insignificant part of the journey. So please relax. Stay tuned to your phone. Don't just drop your phone and listen from afar, because something might grip your hand. And please have your writing materials with you. Your jotter, your diary is very, very important. So today we are going to be talking on the general code that's rising together as a youth, rising together. And this platform, please don't dull yourself. Engage the comment section. Tell us about what you do. Be eager to connect. And there's a WhatsApp group for those who register for this program, where they have conversation that the great and awesome community managers are doing fantastic job. Shout out to Wumi. Kudos to Funke Bukumi. You are doing an amazing job there. I'm clapping for you right here. So today we are talking about rising together. And we are going to be connecting with ourselves. We're going to be learning with ourselves from ourselves, and we're going to be growing together. So, but out of the general topic, what are we really discussing tonight? This is what matters, and this is what is so essential, and that is the unspoken scars. The unspoken scar, the one you can't find on social media, the one that is not packaged and polished. You want to learn from the pain, the confusion, and the survival of people. You want to be able to grab some knowledge, examples of what people have faced in the real life scenario, practically talking about. So this phase is very, very important. It is very crucial. And that is why I'm telling you, please relax, because I assure you that by the end of this session, you will be glad you joined us, and you'll be glad you attended it. So please, you can still invite your friend, share with your friend, let them join us. This session is not a regular session. I tell you, I don't create regular sessions. I don't do regular things. I do regular things because I pour quality to people, and this is what gives me fulfillment. So tonight is going to be a great time today. So I'm starting with what I already said. We are starting from place of many, where people avoid, to the uncomfortable middle. And this session, we give you the season of effort that does not look like progress, but give you the reality where confidence is tested and not celebrated. So I have so amazing number of guests tonight. It is a panel, and which means that 4 people today will be joining me live on this video, or in case there's no light, they might turn off their video, but you will definitely hear their voices. And tomorrow I'll be having 3 leaders, 3 organs that I have. So today is for youth. All of us, we are youth, right? Just in categories. People that are here, that people that are they are already employed, but they have like 5 years, 4 years down experience. But tomorrow we have people that have 6 years plus experience in the industry, and they have served in different capacity. As best as I know, I know all of them. I've worked with all of them, and I can beat my chest for all of them. So, guys, if your hands are not too busy, if you are not tired, could you please celebrate yourself in the chat for joining us tonight? So put your I love affirmation. Say yourself, if you have a name, say, I, Oluwadam Larry, am I coming here tonight will mark a significant difference in my life. Can you put in the chat box? The first person can get something from me. Yeah. I, Oluwadam Larry, my joining tonight will mark a significant impact on me. That is it. That is how we get started. Who's dropping that on the chat box? I'm looking at you and I'm waiting for everybody to give me that feedback, because it's very, 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 very important. I'm checking. I am checking. Who is giving me that? Thank you. Yes, I, Adebola, thank you very much. Your coming tonight will mark a great significance. That is it. That is the reality. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, without taking too much of our time, I'm going to be calling my speakers to join me on the screen by opening their videos if they can, and if not, no problem. And on my list, ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not so busy. I know you have seen them on my status, you have read about them, you have seen so many amazing things that they're already doing. So I am going to take them one after the other. So who am I taking first to go on my status? So joining me first tonight is someone I respect so much. His name is Samuel Ajayi, popularly known as G-Sam. G-Sam, are you on this call? Can I hear your voice?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm actually very much here. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you so much, G-Sam. I'm so excited to have you. Welcome back home, my brother. Going next on this call, I will be inviting my dear own amazing friend, co-developer in person of Mrs. Ayomide Olosunde. Ayomide, can you hear me? Please, let's hear your voice.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I can hear you. Thank you very much for the invite. So good to be back here. Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you back home. And ladies and gentlemen, the next person on my list of guests is a boss of myself, for myself and for myself. Is a person I call Dada Dayo. DY, are you on this call?
It's really great to be here.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, DY. Great to have you again. It's been a long year with you. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you my speaker, a dearest friend, so supportive, so amazing. I won't read that portfolio because I don't want to digress. Give it for Oluwadamelotun Bonita Falola. Oluwadamelotun Bonita, let's hear hello from you. Hi.
Everyone, good evening. Happy to be here. It's nice to be here again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jam Lawton. Great to have you here. And to all my amazing speakers, thank you. For those who can open their video, please, you can always open. And for those who can't, don't worry, I'm fine with your voice. Your voice alone is amazing, right? So this video will be posted on YouTube for those who cannot join to rewatch it and get the best out of it. So, like I mentioned, it is purely practical, and we are going to be learning from people's experience. There is no manipulated stories, right? So I will give every of the speakers, let's start with one minute. Yeah, just tell us about yourself in the shortest form that you can describe it, right, in a minute, so that people can, I know they've read your portfolio online, they've read your citation that I posted. Let them hear your voice, let them see, get to hear the genuineness in your tone. Over to you, my dear speaker. Who is going first? Ayomide, let me start with Ayomide. Ayomide started with A.
What is this setup? Okay, so apologies if you hear any background noise. I'm currently not at home, so I'm currently somewhere else, Okay, so my name is Ayomide Olosunde. Recently, I used to be Ayomide Adekola, but some months ago, the Lord decided to change that. Hallelujah. Okay, so a brief about me. So I'm a project manager. I used to say that I would, what's it called now? Project management for me right now is an area of expertise, not necessarily like a career in that term, but because I've explored various aspects, Currently, I'm expecting my, induction into the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. So that takes us into human resource management officially. And also there's exploration into events management, which is where I started my career, basically, managing events, programs online and offline and all of that. So I don't know if that kind of summarizes who I am as a person. I'm very passionate about education. Quality education is key for me because I see how it relates to, your development. There's no development without education. The best of us is defined by what we know, what we have learned over the years. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ayomide. I'm clapping for you. Ayomide. Okay. All right. So let me make it a male and female. Let me call on G-Sam. Yeah, Samuel. Let's hear from you.
All right, thank you so much once again, and I'm happy to be here. So since we have just a minute or less, so let me just introduce myself briefly. I'm a project professional, so I love to call myself a chaos coordinator and a cat header. And the reason is anywhere you see anything that has a beginning and an end, definitely you will find me there. Also, I am an audacious person. You know, anything that I think is not possible is that thing that actually motivates me, that I look forward to doing. So you can just regard to me as a project professional. Thank you so much once again. And it is so good to be back home. Thank you.
Yes, my brother, it is so good to be back home. Always amazing hearing your voice. Great, Sam. Thank you very much. Okay, let me call my awesome friend before I come to my baby sister. Clock it. Okay, let me hear from Dada Dayo, the DY International. Let's get from you, DY.
Right, so you are overwipe. Stop overwiping me. Good evening, everyone. As you all know, my name is Dana Dayo. I work as a data analyst and also data analyst trainer. So I coach and I mentor people. I also freelance on data analyst whereabouts. So what really inspires about me is that I like curiosity, and that curiosity makes me start my data analyst journey. And over 3 years now, having the experience in the field, both teaching and doing the work. So that's one thing I want to do. And it's also great to be here to share my experience and to talk to the job and also to learn from my bosses that are here also. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, DY. One thing about all my speakers is that they are so humble, right? They're like, okay, my boss is fine. So don't mind me, I want the gender to be balanced. That's why I have to take the female to the back, all right? So she can give us the damn lots and voice. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my one and only, all right? My one and only Oluwa Damilots and Bonita. Oh, yeah, over to you.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Oluwa Damilots Bonita Falola. I am a TV presenter, voiceover artist, and what else? Corporate event host. What do I like to do? I love talking. Currently, looking at my what do I call it? I'm running my master's basically in adolescent psychology and youth counseling because I'm really passionate about seeing that young people thrive and fulfill purpose. And that is what gave rise, or one of the things that gave rise to my NGO, More to Me, where we mentor, we educate young people. We give them the mindset, the tools, and the opportunities they need to thrive in life. I love to say I'm a box of surprises. I'm pretty cute and I'm a bundle of joy. So amidst the many things, to cap everything, I'm a child of God. I can stand on the mountaintop and shout this one. And don't tell me, yes, am I the child of the devil? No, me, I just to carry myself. I just put on my head like this, yes. So amidst everything, I am happy to be here. Thank you to Mr. Lua Damnary for putting this together again this year. And I hope to learn from everyone. Hello to all the speakers too. Thank you.
Ooh, thank you so much. I'm clocking it. I think that's the latest trend now. Clock it. All right, thank you very much. I'm lots on every other one that just introduced themselves. So, dear listeners, this session is for you. What we're talking about is the unspoken scars. I believe that guidance is very crucial and fundamental for everything you want to do. At every point in your life, most critical decisions needed to be taken. And it is also important that you find people who are already ahead of you that can hold your hand and give you the guidance. I've been there. I can relate. I've been there. I experienced it. I've been there. And I have so many questions I ask myself. Not that I doubted my competence, but I felt so stuck. I didn't know what next to do. I didn't know what movement to take. And, now people think that once you are, I won't use the word popular, but people that once you are making it in that frame of context, that you don't have problem. And, as a person, you can't talk to everybody. So it is important we learn particularly. So I'm going to be taking this context of question tonight based on the graduate transition, that is everybody as a student, a student of life, and in the working space. All right, so let's start with a scenario like this, which I'm going to give everybody. So the first thing I want to ask is, I think I would like Ayomide to go first. Ayomide, are you there? So Ayomide, I want to put this straight to you, right? That can you take a moment? See, guys, the truth is, I don't share questions ahead to my speakers, so they will go and prepare answers. I don't do it. They will go and use AI or anything to Google search research. I give them a raw fact. So I'm telling you genuinely that they are not aware of my questions. They don't even know. None of my team member is aware of my questions because I love experience. I documented the experience. I interact with people so much, and I've penned down different experiences and pains that people pour to me. All right, so this is the main reason why I'm bringing this out, so they don't know anything about it. So back to my question, Yamide. I want to just look back, maybe as much as you can reflect, that can you take me back or take us back to a moment in your life? I am this a big project manager. In case you don't, you can search her out, where you genuinely felt stuck. Not that you feel, not that you are quitting, but just unsure of, what am I going to do next? What should I do? What should I do? So what did confusion feel like internally? Like internally, people can be celebrating, but internally, what does confusion feel like? Let's hear from you.
Wow. That question there. Okay, so please confirm that you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can.
I mean, if I'm to look back at different points where I've been confused, trust me, there are a lot of moments like that, a whole lot of moments, because I believe that the journey of life, when it comes to clarity, we get clarity as the day goes by. It's just like the scriptures. I think that should be Psalm 4 verse 18 that says that the path of the just shines brighter and brighter unto a perfect day. So you don't understand it at a time. You have to take the first step, the next step, and the next step, and the next step for you to understand, to gain clarity, basically. So one moment I can actually that comes to mind now was, I think it was immediately I was done with school. So when I was in school, I lived in Ibadan, but I refused to go home at some point. Like I stopped going home for holidays. If you see me in your house, it means that I'm here for a strategic thing. It's probably your house is close to, a place where I could do a project or something. It's not like I'm just coming to just come and have holidays and rest and all of that. So when I was about wrapping up, I remember telling God that, okay, I want to go back home. And I want to go back home based on instruction, but I did not really understand what exactly would I do at home. Should I stay back in school? It didn't even make sense to stay back in school. I didn't really understand what I wanted to do with my life anyways. I mean, fresh out of school and all of that. So I remember a day after my project defense, I just packed my stuff and I said I was going to Ibadan. I didn't tell anybody I was coming home. I didn't tell anybody. Now, imagine traveling all the way. I think at some point the bus broke down. And I started asking myself, is this not a sign that maybe God wants me, maybe I know yet clearly, maybe I should just sit down back in school? Like, why should the car break down on the way home? That was one. Second, I got to like the last place I was supposed to take. I was supposed to take a bus. So, but I was rushing and it was late in the night. So I said, okay, let me take a bike. Mind you, so on the way going, less than 2 minutes from the bus stop, the bike sort of, I don't know if it stumbled, I should call it, or some assault or whatsoever. Actually, I know that I saw myself on the floor, and my knees bruised and all of that. And then I stood up. I carried my bag. Immediately, I went to a shop and told them, "Oh, please, do you have water?" And then I just washed my leg. I just knew that my legs were wet. I did not even see what was going on. I don't know. I have an idea what exactly was wrong with me. I just knew I needed to stand up immediately. And the only thing I kept saying was, "The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar." And I got home. And now so when I actually went to church to meet them because I knew they were going to be in church at that time. So when I got to church, people saw my leg and they were like, "What happened to you? Why is your knees bad like this and all of that? Why did you scrape your knees?" Mind you, I didn't tell anybody where I was going, but I was coming home. So they were shocked that I'm home, first of all. They're shocked that I had an accident on my way home. And that just sort of makes you ask again that God, why did you say I should come home? And why is it that all of these things are happening that sort of looks like a sign that I shouldn't have even come home in the first place? Maybe I should have sat down in my school, JJ, and, collaborate with a few friends and, find something doing and all of that. But anyways, I still stayed back. And all of that. And I think I stayed back home for about 2 months. Yes, I got home August 18. I left home October 1. So roughly 2 months. And trust me, those 2 months were like I don't want to call it the darkest because there's possibly more darkness coming. But then the light of God is enough for us. So those were moments where I started asking questions, and my uncle said, "Oh, I need you to start working, in my bakery and all of that." And I was working 15 hours, 20 hours. It was rough work. I was working with people that were practically uneducated. And I was like, "God, what exactly is going on? Why did you say I should come home?" And at some point I said, "Okay, I think I'm going back to school. My house rent has not expired and all of that. I'll just come up with one excuse and just leave and go." And I remember hearing God clearly saying that when you're cooking, when you take off a food off the fire before it gets done, will that food be, will that food be useful any longer? And I said, no, it wouldn't be. And that was it. I was like, God, why are you now cooking me inside this kind of pot? I mean, what's it called? You know how you say, what's it called now? This is the kind of life I desire. After school, you already have a vision. This is what it should look like and all of that. But it wasn't looking like it. I couldn't even tell anybody that this is what I'm doing after school. It didn't even make any bit of sense. And I'm like, okay. I just kept going every day. Every day. Sometimes you wake up very early as 4 a.m. Because you have to monitor people that will package the bread and all of that, take it out. Then you have to sleep maybe by 4 p.m. after everywhere is settled and the production is ongoing. And you wake up again 8 p.m. to oversee those that would, still package the bread again, sleep again by 12 p.m. 12 a.m. sorry, and then wake up again by 4. So it was very rough. I tell you, it was really rough. Then I got into a program in Lagos. I came for the program. Trust me, that program was like a lifesaver. Like, you know how it's like you were in darkness and then they just brought you inside one place, you are inside heat, and then they brought you inside one place that is AC. So that was how it felt for me, for that 1 week. And mind you, also before I went for the program, I was in a relationship with someone and the person broke up with me that same period. And I was like, okay, it's fine. God, this cooking is fine. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the cook. So I came to Lagos, and trust me, if I knew what God was doing with that experience, maybe I would have asked less questions. But I think that's the whole essence of being a child of God. God does not mind all the questions that you ask him. I'm sorry for maybe turning this into like a God thing, but trust me, there's no way I can share any of my story and I will not include God in it. So I came and I remember interacting in class. I was interacting with someone, and the questions I was asking was practically around the work I was doing with my uncle. It was around, management, because she was teaching us entrepreneurship. So I was trying to understand, entrepreneurship based on my experience. I was trying to understand how to manage people, especially people that they are way older than you, less educated than you are, but the mindset they have is that you are the Oga's daughter, but you cannot sideline us here. Just because you're the Oga's daughter does not mean you're going to do this and all of that. So I was just asking a lot of questions. So now that experience formed the basis of the conversations I was having in class. It drew attention to me, and it got to a point where I remember that particular lecturer, she was like, you have asked me so much questions. It's okay. It's okay. So immediately after that class on Wednesday, we started the program on Monday. On Wednesday after the class, I just had a prompt, go and speak to her after class. I said, she will come tomorrow now. I'll ask her the question I have in mind. The push was just very heavy. So I went to her, asked her a few questions, and then she was like, what exactly do you want to do? And I said, well, I'm interested in education, blah, 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 and all of that. And then she just said, okay, send me your CV. And that was it, right? That was it. So, I mean, the rest is history, like they say. But the truth is that at that point, it's now that I'm thinking about it again, I'm reflecting on it again, I'm realizing that sometimes God allows us to go through certain situations that, imagine me saying after all the whole thing I was pulling off in school, best graduating students in my department and all of that, and I'm sleeping on a bakery floor every now and then. I am going home maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times in a week or something, So how do you share that kind of a story? But that was something that I had to go through immediately after school, and I had to go through that for like almost 2 months. So I think that's sort of, one experience that easily comes to mind. Thank you very much. I hope I've not spent too much time.
No. Funny thing is that I really never shared this story with me. I'm very as close as we have. This is my first time hearing this. You never share the story. That's why I think that we are close. Like, come on, that's a big unspoken unspoken scare. When I got this, when I made research on this topic, sincerely speaking, I just know that there are so many things that people have faked that they can't share it outside. And that is what led to this. So thank you very much. You did well. So let me go straight to Gisam. Gisam, are you there?
Yes, please, I'm here.
Yes. My question for you is simple but reflective. Now, as a great person that you are, the president of your department while you're an undergraduate, running an NGO as an undergraduate, speaking with people every week, right? Traveling around, doing telecommunication projects, phone, and the likes. Can you share us a dark moment whereby being a leader, going through stuff, but you cannot speak it out? Let's call it the point of decision and making your stand during hard time. Do you understand my question, please? Can you hear me, Gisam?
Please, the last sentence, I didn't get the last sentence.
Like the dark spots, still standing on your ground, and you are not talking it out, but you are fighting it internally.
Okay, so I had to adjust my seat. All right, thank you so much for this question. So I will just be blunt, as possible, and I wouldn't even. I want to believe we are families here, so don't take my issues to Twitter, please. All right, so just like YTOP mentioned, right? I enjoyed some popularity while on campus because I participated greatly in the union, in activism, unionism to the level of Great Ife Student Union, starting from Social Studies Department to the Faculty of Education and, to the APES level, right? That I even had several meetings with the Division of Student Affairs, Vice Chancellor. We were together doing a lot of stuff, a lot of interventions for students, right? But one unspoken scar that I am now proud of, but I never mentioned it to anyone, not even my best friends then, was being broke but popular. I don't know if that sounds relatable. You are actually very broke,
bro.
right?
It does.
You are broke, but you are popular. So people, relate. People were actually relating with me on the level of, oh, Gisam, the names actually sound very high. So this guy must be quite liquid. He must be solid financially. I was really struggling. In fact, at the time, my friends that were getting funds from their family were relying on me because they believed that I had money. I was basically taking care of adults. I don't know. I was basically taking care of adults that should be taking care of me. People who were getting 20,000 naira text, and this was me getting less than 5,000 naira in a month. Right? So it was difficult. But one thing that really helped was because I knew I had many people, I had many loved ones, but I had no one except myself and God. So I started learning skills, and that was how I got to realize that writing is a big thing, right? Because everything that I was doing in the genesis of being an undergraduate was just to write article, to project course that actually support students, to write in against the school management or a faculty management, or let's say an individual in the university community that is doing things that were against students' progress. So I just realized that so I could make money with my skills, and sincerely, I was quite creative. So I started leveraging on that. I started helping people with assignments, started taking academics, writing and all of that. And thankfully, I learned how to repair phone before I gained admission. That one maybe a question will come that would make me to share this story, right? So, but in essence, it is funny now, but it wasn't funny. So I wouldn't say you should not do anything to be popular. It actually helped because I leveraged on that after my university days, and it is still helping me till tomorrow. That's why it is even easier for me to I'm more like a bridge between current OAU students and people who are now graduates. Anytime they have issues or they want to get something done on campus, they go, hey, Gisam, how are you doing? I believe you have so many guys still present on campus. Is it possible you do this for me? And with just a call or a 1 second text, everything will be attended to. So it was very hard, while you are doing everything that is putting you on people's face. Please take care of your finances so that you will not have to trek from Ibadan to Lagos while using face cap to cover your popular face. Thank you.
That is a bam. Don't throw it. You will not use face cap to cover. Yeah, thank you for that experience. We are cooking something up. Let me quickly go to DY. DY, are you there? That's a very deep statement. DY, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, DY, I have a question for you based on your live experience, which I believe that a lot of us will definitely learn from. Was there a season where you were doing all the right things? Like you're doing all the right things, but nothing seemed to work out. And how did you stop yourself from concluding that you are the problem?
Okay.
Do you get my question?
Yeah, I got your question. Thank you so much for that question. And I know this question was like, I have to sit tight before I answer that because there are a lot of times I would think I'm in the right direction while I'm doing the wrong thing. Or I would just be like, maybe I'm doing myself or someone else is doing me. So, but quickly, I think I learned more from Ayomide and Gisam. I think I really learned a lot from what they've spoken about. So before I start my own story, just say something to add to it. you were saying that there's a time that maybe I was doing the right thing, and I felt like, okay, why am I doing I feel like maybe I'm doing myself or something like that. There are times when I'm in school, let me start from my story now. There's this part of me that my own scars is just that I develop myself by training up myself, building up myself from let me say from the trenches or something like that, training myself, sending myself to school, and I always believe that I'm doing the right thing because right from my primary school, my parents stopped sending me to school. I have to like go up in the street of Lagos to send myself to school. And thank God for Lagos State that we have a free education, that we're able to like do free work unlike other states. So I think that gave me so much opportunity. And thank God for I was able to like gain admission instantly, not because of what I was doing, but on that point of going to school, I feel like, and I see my guys they are doing some things like maybe they are doing Yahoo or something. I feel like all these guys that we grew up in the streets, they are already making it big. That why am I not doing what they are doing? Why am I not even going towards their own direction? Why am I feeling like this education is the thing, is the thing, I must finish education. And this education that I'm even doing, I'm not even getting the best out of it. So to be honest, I graduated with 2-2. So it's not something that I'm very proud of, that I can even say it outside that, okay, despite the struggle of me going to Lagos to go and do ad labor and come back to Ife to pay school fees and to fund myself for school, and I didn't finish with the right degree, with a good grade. So what is now the essence? What's now the difference between me and those people that are doing other things, or they are not even going to school? What is the difference between me and them? So that's one of the things I always question myself about. And before I can get that clarity, I think it was when I was about to finish school, finish in OAU. So and then that's when life started eating me here and there. And I felt like, should I do this? Should I do this? Then I feel like, okay, if I see you doing this, going to Lagos and go and be carrying blog, doing ad labor, then come back to Ife. Is it what I want to be doing with this degree? Because there's nobody that's going to like employ me with this kind of grade that I'm having to myself. Then I reached out to a few friends, and I thank God that I was able to like stay with Larry for like I think up to like a year to learn from him. I always learn from afar from him, because whenever he speak, then in class from the podium of Ajose, I always see the way he speak, I always see the charisma, and I always like, okay, this guy, I have to get closer to him to like learn something from him. And I thank God for the opportunities that he gave me. Like I was able to like stay with him. He might not know that I'm learning something from him, but sometimes most of his books that he also dropped, sometimes it's even the one that even trained me like how to like take certification, learn certification, get certified either in PMP, this Jali. So those kind of things, those leadership things that I was learning from him. Even listening to sometimes audio recording, that thing will stick to me. Especially there's one book that I read from him, that secret book. So it allowed me to like discover myself a lot, even while I was alone. When I want to like make a wrong decision in my life, like okay, let me just go and join those guys that doing their probably me on, and because I have a lot of them, I'm even closer to, and I know what they are doing. So I think what really helped is that staying with the right person. That person, I learned from afar from that person. I didn't have money to pay for a good mentorship, but I see that, okay, this YTOP is very accommodating. I stayed with him, then I learned from him. The tape that he was reading, the tape that he was listening to, the book that he was reading, the way he was doing. And I remember the last time that I want to leave his place, he was saying that, okay, I know you're a generous person, but you have to be very careful and teach me the kind of life. And those things really shape my life, shape the decision I make towards today. And why those things really shaped my decision is that, okay, now for example, I want to finish, I don't have anything to do after school. Then I have to like, what will I do? Will I go back and be carrying block? No, I don't want to do that. Did I have knowledge? Yes, I think I am having this knowledge. What can I do? Then I like pick a skills, like a data analyst that I pick. And thank God, to God be the glory for now. I think God has been great in that fit for me. Well, like maybe something I should have done the right way. But did I blame myself for most of those things? Yes, I blame myself. But am I happy with it now? I'm happy with it that those cars now are not healing. So they are no more there, and they are not healing. And I really, if I'm not saying this, I'm saying this on a platform now, people should learn from a mentor. Like get someone to mentor you. If you cannot pay for mentorship, learn from them from afar. You can read their books. If someone that you can put your stay with, go and stay with them, humble yourself, learn from them, and that will shape your life, shape your decision you are going to be making. So that's one thing. Thank you.
DY, that is a lot. That is massive, bro. That is that is massive, bro. I am telling you, I don't know this thing. No, I'm telling you, I'm super proud of you. To be candid, I'm super proud of you. Only those who know you know that this guy is let me say it outside. Is a in digits. I'm also coming to learn. I don't have anything, right? But thank you very much. So because of time, let me just ask the next question. So that's so that we can make it general, then I can ask people, I can make people or open the floor for people to ask their question. Like I said, it is for everybody to ask questions. Everyone here, they've gone through different phases and they are doing fine. As we all are growing, they are doing fine. I know what I'm saying. So, Damlotu, yeah, you are very dear to me. And this question, I'm directing it straight to you because I know that you have the experience. And what's the question? Many young people struggle because no one explains the in-between stage of growth to them. There's nobody to explain in between. Cannot explain all, but in between the stages of growth for them. So what is one thing you wish somebody had honestly told you when you are still finding your way?
Can I be heard, please? Can I be heard?
Yeah. I can. You can. Go ahead.
The speakers, the three people that have spoken, I don't know. I've just been saying more than what you see. I'm a very dramatic person. So if I act small drama, Biko, pardon me. But the question, I don't know why Oluwadamilare said I have experience, because compared to the people that have spoken here, who am I? But just as he has said, we don't get to understand the nitty-gritties, the in-between of what growth looks like. And I would like to take us back to while we were growing, when we were younger. If we have the early adolescents here, it would make more sense. You would be able to relate in real time. But for us that we have, proceeded in our journey and we have passed the adolescent stage, if when you were younger, if somebody older was doing something, I need you to use your emojis so that I would see, because I cannot see the chat as it is. But if somebody told you, you during Christmas or something, you say, me safe, I cannot wait to become an adult, because all of these things that you people are doing, I know that when I grow old, my own cannot be. When I grow older, my own cannot be like this. Okay, I can see some emojis. You feel like, and I feel like it is natural for us to feel that way. I'd say it is natural because that is how we have been made to be. And I'm saying this because it is not as if we are totally ignorant or we don't know the nitty-gritty of what growth looks like, but we did not have the cognitive, would I call it advantage, to be able to understand it. What do I mean? An average individual has their frontal lobe. Sorry for, hey God. Okay, now I understand why he said I have small experience. Okay, so the average individual has the frontal lobe developing fully at the age of 24, 25. What I mean is the frontal lobe is the one that is, capable of understanding some very deep abstract things. It is our frontal lobe is what is responsible for helping us to take better decisions. It helps us to, solve deeper problems. Not like when we were younger, we were dumb, but we will not be able to, for the way older people here, I need you to think back. There were times in your life where you're like, you think back and you're like, now me do that thing. It cannot be me. You mean I did that? Pardon me, let me say it. You'll be like, how did I do that? You get, it is not our fault. God has made it so that as we proceed in life, it grows. But you see, the amygdala, which is responsible for emotions, instant gratification, that one develops very fast. We are growing, it is growing. So that is why you see younger people, we take risks. We somewhat close our eyes to the details that the older people are showing us. But I would not want to overrule the fact that the older people also did a disadvantage, in the sense that I would use the second speaker as an example. He said, in the way I love to say, suffering and smiling. He was broke, but he just had to like keep up the view and everything. So the older people ahead of us also find this pressure to just keep up with their image. We see this in celebrities, we see this in, but because our amygdala is more, advanced, and our ability to think cognitively deeply has not developed, we only see the good parts naturally. So if I'm with any young person, the first thing I would tell them is, please try to pay attention. Look beyond what you see. That would help you to pick what is right. When you're able to look beyond the facade of, oh, this auntie looks beautiful, I want to be like her, you need to start asking questions. And we need to start teaching young people to ask questions like, what is behind what I see? What is one thing? Now back to the question that I was asked, or I've been answering the question, but back to the personal part of it. What is one thing that I wish, somebody had told me that while I was growing, maybe about growth? Am I right, Oluwadamilare? Okay. So I have many things that I don't even know which one to pick. But if it is, how do I put it? I'm looking for the right English. Why you speak English too much? Oh my lady, and I didn't want to really say it in Yoruba. So let me cook the English in my head. But basically, if there's something that I would like or to have been told, is it would be that there's no pressure anywhere. There's pressure, but there's no pressure. Now, what do I mean by this? The older people, I already used it as an example, but recently, yes, I work in a TV station. I'm a TV presenter, voiceover artist in my office. And at some point, I had to, make serious decisions because of school. By the way, if you want to do your master's in UI, guard yourself with plenty information, because UI will come after your life. I thought OAU was it, but UI, it choke. My first semester, I had 12 courses, and I had classes back to back, 8 to 4. And at the same time, I had graduated, multi-share service. I have to start fending for myself. I have 2 siblings and a cousin that lives with us. So I know the pressure that is at home. And I'm the first child, the only daughter. It makes no sense to go and say, Mommy, I want to buy sanitary pads. Mommy, I want to shake nikon. Really, Mommy, I want to drink water, but I don't have money. Or I want to go somewhere, but I don't have the funds. Now, I had to choose between education and keeping my job. At that time, I was crazy. You know the way Mrs. Ayomide said that she was confused. She was like, what's going on with her life? Yes, it was somewhat like that for me. But I wish I had somebody actually later told me, because at some point I started trying to do everything at the same time. Let me take school. I don't want to lose my job. I don't do this. I don't do that. only if I had known that maybe I can talk. So I spoke up at work, and then I was given a 6 months break for my first semester. That held me. Then after the 6 months, by the way, during the 6 months, I did not get paid. So I went on 6 months fending for myself. I can only thank God for the for the parts that I was able to succeed in, not dying, or for the days that I was able to succeed of not dying of hunger and all of those things. But I started all of those things happening back to back at the time. I was also the class rep. I am still the class rep for my class because I'm still on my master's program. But doing all of that, having to go on days that it will be hunger strike, days where I want to buy books, but I cannot really ask at home and all of that, it started compounding pressure on me. Then my younger ones will call. My youngest sibling is now in university. Just resumed this year. My immediate younger brother, that one does not even think. Will just enter my game. Stand up, Alpha. Once I hear Alpha, what's in law? I'll start begging for my life. Guy, I don't get money. Now, all of those things, I'm not just mentioning all of these things to talk. I'm trying to let you see how somebody can be here, and then this is happening, that is happening, this is happening, that is happening. Then when I wanted to resume second semester, I had to return to work. So I had to do school and work. And if you know Ibadan, I live close to the second gate in UI, and I work at Ring Road. The distance, the risk of life, days when I'll see accidents, days when I'll ask myself, is 9 to 5 actually my thing? And then when you work in media, I don't have holidays. No, I don't. Tomorrow I'm going back to work. During Christmas, I'm at work. And that has not been life for me. But I did not see anybody to tell me early enough that there is pressure, but there's no pressure. The pressure that is there is the one that you put on yourself. So there was this day I kind of broke down in the middle of everything. So I spoke to my with my spiritual father, and I was like, I cannot take care of myself because I am split in different places. I have to do this and do that. I'm not focusing. When I finished ranting, then he said, do you know that nobody is asking you to do all of these things that you are putting on yourself? Because I wanted to, you can just ask at certain times, and you can do the one that you can do at other times. And I was like, but how do I do it? Then he said, naturally, as Nigerians, as Africans, we have this conditioning that once you leave school, you have to, or once you grow up to a certain age, you have to start taking responsibilities. If you've listened to this message from Apostle Femi Lazarus talking about black tax, if you have not listened to it, you should listen to that message. He spoke about how that you have not started making much, but everybody in your family is doing like this. Damlare, gimme. Damlare, that was kind of the situation where I was. Everybody asking, and I also have to live for myself. But after everything, after that discussion that night, I discovered that it is true. I can pick what I can or what I should and leave the rest till the time is right. So I learned that day that there's actually no pressure apart from the pressure that I choose to put on myself. So what my should I say coping mechanisms or defense mechanism at the point now became sitting down with myself, critically thinking of how to say no. Before, if you say, I'll even be pitying you before you pity yourself, that the last thing that I now have, I'll now use than dash you. And then I'll now start suffering at the end. But I was able to start saying no. I was able to critically look into the things that are happening in my life to then say, these are the things I will give into, and these are the things I would not give into. So I wish I knew that earlier. It would have helped me. It would have saved me a lot of breaking down that I have broken down, especially in the past couple of years. It has been intense because I took up a lot of things. I just finished service. What Damilare said about how that after service, after uni, you get that confusion. All of those things happen back to back. But I was able to, with that one transition, know that I get to choose what presses me and what does not press me. So I wish somebody told me that earlier. It would have helped me. Thank you very much. Hi, Oluwadamilare, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Damilo, to my. It is something that what you said is really, really powerful. Can you hear me? I was just reflecting as you were talking, and you said powerful things that I think is very, very more crucial, more very, very much important. So thank you for that. I will come back to everything. Um, I mean, are you there?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So this question I'm going to ask now is going to be general question for everybody. I will just pull everything out. So just take let's make it as explicit in 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes each. And the question is, people think that asking for help is wrong. People think that asking for help shows that you're weak. And one of the issues I know that young people have, especially people that have experience of leadership position or popular in that sense of context, they find it very difficult to speak out. They better prefer to be depressed internally. When I mean internally, like this, they are smiling outside and they are dying inside, and they feel that that is the best way. So I want you to talk about that. And two, I want to talk about decision making, because I want to combine all the. That's why I said it's going to be general. So whatever you say, individually, add up, add up, add up, add up, add up. So what is your advice for people? They know what to do, but they don't know how to do it. One, circle is very important. People don't know how best to audit their circle. Then three is that how can youth grow together? So just pick one. So that's why I make it open for the sports speakers. So anyone that you can pour more light into, please go ahead. But I'm going to start with Ayomide. So Ayomide, anyone you want to start with?
Okay, so I think I really do not even know which one to actually pick, because if you talk about asking for help, I think that that used to be like a problem for me, because as a first child, like what Damilota said, as a firstborn, it's rare. Like why who are you going to ask for the help from? Who exactly? And also, you don't want to be seen as weak. You don't want to be seen as incompetent. In that sense. But when you realize that at some point you realize that you actually need help, and I think that is one thing. In the program I was in today, they were talking about how that God is our Father, and sometimes we limit God, we limit the extent at which God can help us, because we feel like, I can handle it, but you can't handle it. Truth is, you always need, you also have to be helpful, a helpful person. So just imagine this: you're in a workplace or you're in school, and a lot of people always come to you. Oh, I need to help me to do this. Please, can you help me do this? Please, can you help me do that? And you're saying yes, 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 yes. And you're saying yes to everything. Now, the reality is you're helping others, but if you don't extend help, trust me, they will keep asking you for help, but they will never lend a helping hand to you. Not because they think that, not because they hate you or they're wicked people. They don't know, because every time they come to you, you always offer help. So they don't know that, oh, you also need help. So sometimes you also have to shout. For example, I remember so for my CIPM examinations, I had to write my exams every quarter, and I would just randomly tell my friends, my colleagues at work, please, I'm writing an exam. Remind me to read. I'm not reading. Now, if I didn't tell them, they probably would not even remember. Sometimes they don't even remember that. Oh, I mean, everybody has a lot of things going on in their lives, but I knew that at this stage of my life, as much as I am the one that paid for the exam, as much as I know that I need it and all of that, but I still need people to help me, to remind me that I'm supposed to read, that my exam is forthcoming, right? So if I did not speak up, I would probably just be, I remember also, I think it was last week, I had an exam last week and I had to tell, my manager was like, oh, Emily, I need to help me do this. I need to help me do this and that and that and that. He listed everything. I said, oh, sir, I can do it though, but it's not now. And he was like, oh, it's very simple. It's not something that you just put in this. I said, sir, I can't. I have exam, And the truth is, if it was a media of the past to say, okay, how many minutes will it take me? Okay, it will take me about 1 hour. Let me just dedicate time to it and do it, and quickly do it and then submit it to him. And then he will still come back again and say, oh, last week when I asked you were able to do it. Why is it that now you are telling me, you are giving me excuses and all of that? It's because I did not speak up, right? So trust me, when people come, I tell people in my office, I'm best in help, I am best in support. But the day you come to me and I tell you no, accept it that it is no. If I want to help you, I will help you, right? So it's a two-way thing, giving help and also receiving help. You have to, if you're somebody that you always know how to say yes, learn how to say no at some point, especially when you also need help. And also, if you know that it's very hard for you to ask for help, then also let it be also hard for you to help people in that sense. Now, I'm not saying you should be a wicked person. I'm just saying that if you know that, okay, this particular responsibility, I cannot dedicate it to somebody else, then the time I need to do this particular task, I must not fill it up with the help that I'm offering other people also, right? So we just have to learn how to balance all of these things and understand that at the end of the day, we are all humans. At the end of the day, the difference between us and somebody that is dead is the breath that we have in us. So it means that, and you could just cross, you can just die. That's what I've learned recently. You can just die. But you don't want to die, right? You don't want to die. Ask for help. If you're in school, if you're studying and you're doing just like what Damil also mentioned earlier, if she did not speak up, she would not have known that, oh, they can give you leave. There's a leave of, I think it's called leave of absence for 6 months. She would not have known. That was a way of asking for help. If she did not speak up to her spiritual father and then he making her understand that, oh, this and this and that, she would not have known. Right. I remember that when you were talking about it, I remember that particular that series of messages from Pastor Femi Lazarus. Listening to that message also was a way for me to ask for help because I was losing it. Being the first child, I was losing it. But then I realized that at the end of the day, everybody will be fine. If they come to you and they cannot get what they want, they will find other sources because you also at some point you needed help. And you had to look for sources, right? You had to look up to God and look up to different people at different points. So there would always be help out there, right? People are willing. I've actually realized that a lot of people are willing to help us, but if we don't speak up, they would not. They would not because they don't like you, but because you did not give them access into your life enough for them to, so know how you ask for help. You don't have to, publish your life out there and all of that, but always be willing to ask for help, especially from people that are around you, people that love you. They are always willing to help you. No, nothing is too small to ask for help for. Trust me, especially when it comes to things that would help your life be more stable, will help you to have more time for yourself and all of that. I hope I've answered your question too. Thank you very much.
Yes, great one. G-Sam, do you want to go next? Anybody can just pick up so we can make it bigger. So G-Sam or anybody, or Damlo, so don't pick up, or GY.
All right. Let me just go. So I will talk briefly on this asking for help. Then you will probably help me with the third question, right? But let me just go with this one first. So let me say this year, 2025, is actually a great year for me. And the reason is because I learned, and now I have the ability to say no without feeling guilty, right? And that is why it's actually a very great year for me. I love to help people. I love to solve problems, but at the time I was dying. I was basically dying. I could go on and on. I could spend hours helping people, but nobody. I just saw everybody as though they were busy with lives and nobody could help me, right? So I was shouldering everything on my own. So that is just to give you like an overview. So let me just say, asking for help, right? It is not a sin. I'm actually an advocate of seeking for help, especially when you have explored all other means and nothing is coming forth, right? You are not seeing any solution. But it's now become a problem when you find it difficult to do everything on your own. Like, you basically have to reach out to people for every damn thing. There is one of these keys that actually pays me almost every time now. I became so good with it because someone, in fact, it's not even someone, a cousin of mine that used to help me with it refused to help me on that very evening. I was in my office and I needed to do a comfort design, right? And I have a personal graphic designer, but the guy was having a financial issue, so he did not even have a laptop. So, and I had my cousin that was really good with Canva. I just reached out, hey guy, please, can you help me to do this? It's actually an emergency kind of thing. Is it possible? And he said no. Like, he was firm. Like, no. Oh, bro, no. Awesome. And I was connected to the internet. I had free internet in my office. I went straight to YouTube, and that was it. Now I don't think there's anything I can do with Canva, except I'm busy. So it is not a sin to ask for help, right? But it's now become a problem when you now have to rely on people when you don't even stretch yourself. So my advice would be that before you reach out to people for help, we know that you have loved ones, right? We have people that really cares about you, but ensure you have explored all possible means within your reach, like your own personal means. You have explored everything, and no solutions to that particular problem is coming forth. That time is the right time to seek for help. Damla, please help me with the second question. With the third one, I think the last one was the one I wanted to.
Okay, the last one I talked about, how can youth grow together?
Okay, how can youth grow together? Yeah, through a platform like this, right? Because we are basically learning, we are sharing our story, people are learning, and they would maybe, if time permits, they will ask us questions and we have time to rub by. So this is one of it. Another means is through resource sharing. Just right now, I just noted in my jotter, black tax. I will go back to go and listen to that message. So that is resource sharing. Listen to people. When you are lucky enough to be on a program like this, note things that could add to your life. And when we are talking about how youth can grow together, let me tell you something. A fact. I had many friends back then in uni, right? But if you check my WhatsApp chats, it will be very surprising. Forget that we are busy. It's not even a matter of busy. It's because levels have changed. You may not want to accept, but I'm actually saying a fact here, right? See, greatness, please note this. Greatness is a game of relationship. Greatness is a game of relationship. So if you want to grow with other youths, and you don't want to just be ordinary youths, you want to be extraordinary, you yourself have to work on yourself. By then, you can now find yourself in that midst of like minds that really want to grow. Thank you.
Never forget this part. Greatness is a game of relationship. Quality relationship requires quality time and sacrifice, not magic. Thank you. DY.
Yeah. So I just want to pick from that asking for help. I think, to my own perspective, is very different because I grew up from asking people for help. But one thing I always tell people is that while you are asking people for help, always try to at least you make your own, you help yourself. There's this saying in Yoruba that they said, so if you are not even putting up something for front and you're saying that you are asking for help. Now, let's say, for example, now, someone came to meet me and said he wants me to mentor him on what's called on data analysis. And I said that, what research have you done? What things have you put in place to make sure that you are even ready for this thing? Or are you just saying because of you hear people saying data analysis or something? That's what's not making you like, I want to also do it. Have you discovered yourself to that extent? And have you take the resources out there. I can see you posting on the social media here and there. Have you like search for someone in that particular feed? Have you seen what they've been talking about? Because there's a lot of content here and there now on the social media that can really help you, that can even help you to navigate your way before coming to me. When then I said, okay, have you done that? And I said, no, that's not done. I said, this person, if I try to like put my effort, put my time to this person might not get whatever I'm explaining because he does not even have the open mind that he wants to even learn. So why you asking for help? Is it just for you to just show that me too, I want to just try, or is it just because you just listen to one preaching? Because it's easy for some people to listen to preaching. I go and be saying, Rema, yes, I want to like go and do this, go and go to the world and go and explore. Why you are just deceiving yourself on the other end? Because you just want to like maybe appear to be good in front of your friend or something like that. But if you're asking for help genuinely, have you also tried to like find a way to like help yourself before seeking help from other person? So that's what I always say. And I always say that every solution always have every problem always provides solution to itself. So don't always think that there's going to be a problem that there won't be a solution. There's always solution to every problem. It's either you are not looking within yourself very, very well, or you are not looking at your surroundings. That is why you are not even getting that particular help that you help. The God that we are serving is not wicked. We are not serving a wicked God. That God will not leave you alone, that there will not be one solution, or that there will not be a provider in that fit. So that's one thing I'm just going to like say to that aspect.
Thank you very much. I love this fact that you just mentioned that every problem carries its own solution. So it is how open-minded that you are that you can discover the solution to problems. Thank you very much. Damn, Lottie, let's go with you.
All right. So big kudos to everybody that has been speaking, the panelists. Thank you. But permit me to go a little bit different from what everybody has been saying. I mean, a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, I'm not going to be talking about it from a success standpoint. I'm going to be talking about it from a mental standpoint. What do I mean? Let's start from asking for help. It requires a mindset shift before you are able to ask for help. I know that our speakers, we have all said one thing or the other, but if you're not willing to shift your mind from where it is right now, nothing will change. So there has to come like the willingness to do something differently so that you can have a different result. And asking for help also goes in line with that. You need to be willing to restructure the way you see help before you are able to, start asking for help, or before you start asking for help. Like everybody has said, asking for help does not make you weak. Asking for help does not make you less of yourself. It just means that you are self-aware and you understand the existence of everyone else around you. It means first that you are self-aware, that you are not all in all. You are not everything. So I know that you can't do everything yourself, and you understand that it won't be hard for you to ask for help. You will not feel guilty for asking for help. And I am talking about this because I'm somebody that before a short experience, when I was on campus in OAU, there was a day that all I had on me was 30 naira. At the time, 30 naira would take you to OAU campus. Like you go from gates to the campus. And I took that money, I went to campus, and that was it. But I tell you, I was able to ask for help because not like I really asked for help like that. At the time, I didn't really ask for the help. But my friends were going home. They were like, "Sure, you not go home." I know have money to go home. I don't have any money. So we shall laughed and we went home. But the moment I understood also that asking for help shows that I know myself, I know my limits, and I appreciate those ones are everyone around me. Imagine that I want to enter the United Nations, and I know that I have somebody like Oluwadamilare, but I'm like, no, I'm just, it has to be me. It is a level of pride that will not make me succumb to the fact that, Oluwadamilare, please, I need tutelage. I'm not saying take me into the UN. I am saying show me the pathway to UN. And that buttresses the point of the second speaker who said that don't get to a point that you're asking for help and then you get into learned helplessness, what we call learned helplessness, because you just feel like, I cannot, they might say, oh, should be asking for help. Oh, but today, please, Abi, you have urgent 2K there. Abi, you can help me to scrub my bag. You know, Yoruba mothers, they will say, continue. You also have somebody to come and urinate for you and cough for you. And if you're a girl, they will tell you, you also have somebody to give birth for you when you want to give birth. So I'm not saying when we're asking for help, just like the second person said, don't make it the only thing you do, but be willing to ask for pathways. And that is one thing that the wise people have that the unwise ones don't have. They don't ask for food, they ask for the hook to fish. They ask for take me to the pond. So when you're asking for help, know what you're asking. That's why I'm not saying it in respect to only money or I need a certain task being done. I'm talking long term now. And when it comes to mental health, yes, we're young people. Our hormones are flying everywhere. Our mind is racing. A lot is happening around us that is beyond our control biologically, that our body will now react to. Then somebody will say, Kilo de toman korano. Sorry, that means in English, why does it koras? Or why does she kora too much? If you don't understand it, find the translator. All right. Like, why you always cranky, basically. Now, the person does not understand that it's just normal biology that is making her to kora. So you need help mentally. Please let us not ignore our mental health. Yes, let me carry the mental health placard now, because it is a mentally sane mind. Somebody that is psychologically well will be able to thrive on all points. Take for example, when Mrs. Ayomide spoke, she said she was really down. She did not know what to do. She was confused at the moment. I can bet you that when they give her food at the moment, it goes just a smell. You get some people where we say they will say any problem where they get, may they first seafood chop first. But it go reach one level where we say they go give you food, the food no go. Because your psychological health, your mind is down. So please, as young people, when you start feeling stuff in your mind, you're getting overwhelmed, please reach out to somebody that can help. Don't keep it. That's my other part to help that I was talking about. And when you are talking to somebody about something, know who you are speaking with. Vulnerability does not give room to stupidity. If you have not healed, or if you are not willing to, heal, open up to healing, don't share some things, because there are people out there, hunters out there, that will use that thing against you. So one of my mentors, she would say that before you share something, get to a point in your life where you're already comfortable with it. Say, for example, let me look for worst case scenario. As a young lady, I got pregnant and I aborted it. Yeah? And then I'm like, I'm feeling bad inside of me. Oh God, what am I going to do? Or as a young person, you failed 5 courses in school. God, I cannot get home and tell this person. Get to a point in your mind as a lady that did abortion that you're like, okay, I'm willing to let this thing out. Because if you are not and you don't know the right person to share with, when you share it to the wrong person, you will be more broken than you started, than when you started it. Do you get? So know who to talk to, know the right people. We have sound psychologists all around. Just look out, and I'm sure you get the help you need. Now that's about what is it called? Asking for help for your long-term, dealings and your mental health. I wrote down some things. Okay, when it comes to the next question is, you know what to do, but you don't know how to do it. Okay, no. Yes, you know what to do, but you don't know how to do it. There are many ways to get to Oyo. There are many pathways to get, there are many things you can do to reach a solution. But one thing that I found to work so much for me, I am a psychologist. I will not say for everybody. You never see a sound like this is it. No, we only tell what has worked for us and what we feel can work. So for me, what I have seen or noticed to help a lot, service. When you know how to be patient in service, it places your platforms, it helps you. Take for example, Oluwadamilare, Mrs. Ayomide now. Then when we were in school, all of us were under, at the time, Dr. Ojubanire, right? Right? We were, even though at the time, I didn't really know much that I was doing. I sure knew that I wanted to take course. I took the course. And then Oga would say, okay, Damilotun, you're in charge of food. This kiniko, Damilare would have, pour cold water in the front. So me, I will press cold ground. If you understand that thing in Yoruba, you will know what I'm saying. You would have pour cold water. Me, I will not press cold ground too. So it would have, done everything. Okay, Oga will say, you will take care of food. You take care of snacks. Hey God, experience with these guys. I want to say thank God for the gift of these humans that I'm on the panel session with today. Things that we've done. But one thing is, in the midst of service, I wrote it down here. I said, be willing to serve. In service, you gain clarity. And in clarity, you find yourself. I'll go by it again. In service, you gain clarity. In clarity, you find yourself. So you know that, if they wake me up from sleep, I can talk. But I don't know, how will I now be talking? There was a point in my life where God told me, I think it was around leaving secondary school, entering university. God told me that you will make people smile. I'm like, God, as well. Am I basket mouth? As well now. But lie that you have not laughed since I started talking. But at the time, trust me, I did not know. In my head, I wrote down plenty things that, okay, maybe I'll do this and do that and do this. But I just started serving. And don't think you have to serve the greatest person. Don't think, and now that I look at it, Mr. Damilare is not really, let me look for Femi Otedola. Or let me look for Dangote and go and serve in his company. No, as small as service in your church, trust me, it goes a long way. And when you are able to do that consistently and diligently, because scripture says, show me a man who is diligent in his ways. That kind of man, no, they sit with pauper. So when you serve diligently and your mind, there is no guile, trust me, before you know it, pathways will begin to open. You are using one stone of service to kill many birds. You are creating visibility for yourself because at least people know that, when we want to design something, let's go and meet this person. When we want to shake it up, let's go and meet this person. At the same time, you are understanding your space. You are knowing, you get to know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. This one, I don't like this kind of design. But this kind of design, I'm very good at it and I'm confident at it and I want to build more. So serve, in short. When you know what to do, but you don't know how to do it, serve. That's one thing that I would leave you with. But mind you, there are many ways to also go about this thing. The last question that I would like to, drop my input in is, how do we grow together as young people? Growing together as young people, there's a word there, together. Yeah, together. So it's that word makes us acknowledge the fact that you are not going alone. Now the onus lies on you to choose who you are going with. Who you go with determine how you will grow. I know one of the panelists said that already. Who you grow with tells how you will grow. So when you are choosing friends, when you are choosing your circles, choose right. And I understand, like the very first thing I made mention of, our cognitive, what's it called, makeup might be depending on who we are. I'm sure Mrs. Ayomide will not want to choose a friend now, will not want to make friends now, and she would look at, if, mind you, every individual, there's something that Sigmund Freud said, that every deprivation in an individual is not forgotten. but it is suppressed, and it would come out later in life as maladjusted behavior. That is psychology jargon. But basically, it means that if you do not grow right from when you were young, if you do not learn how to choose your values right from when you were younger, you will find it hard to do the right thing as an adult. So that is why we find 30-year-old, 40-year-old people acting like they are 19. So if you have been blessed to grow in the right community, have the right people, grow with the right values, please don't drop those things. Don't drop those things. Use them as, navigators when you are choosing friends, because your connection today is your children's connection tomorrow. I know they say that thing jokingly, we say it jokingly, but is who you know today that you will grow with. And those person's children, they are the one that your children self will roll with, all things being equal. I hope we get it. So when you are choosing your friends, for somebody like me, my birthday this year, I wrote a test on my birthday. The test didn't really go bang, bang, bang like that. But for some reasons, my friends were able to turn up for me. I did not even know anything was going to happen. They just stormed my room and all of that. And when it was time to talk, all of them said something that was very consistent. They said, I'm a very strict person, that before I choose friends or before I accept to be their friend, I'll first of all warn them that they have to be serious with their life. And I bet it with you, if you call my friends that we grew up together when we were like children, babies, young people, they'll tell you that there's one thing I always say. When I grow up, when we grow up, I want to be able to call you one weekend and say, Dial, let's go to Dubai. It's too hot in Nigeria this weekend. Let's just go and spend some, the weekend in Dubai. That was the way I could fathom it. But I was just trying to say I cannot be friends with a lazy person. And that is because I learned that as a value from home. So please, all the values that you've been taught, don't drop it, so that you will not look at yourself in the nearest picture and feel like, I need this kind of thing. So to grow together, hold everything that our speakers have said, that the panelists have said before, and make sure you also add this one to choose your friends right. And I know that by the help of God, by the grace of God, with his love and mercy over us, we'll do exploits in life. Thank you very much.
That is really, really massive. Thank you so much. You poured yourself to us. I think because of time, I have so many questions on my heart already to ask. But ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is for leaders. When I say leaders, people that have crossed the teen part, they are in the advanced adulthood, like I said. Yeah, I mean, people that are on today's call are people down below the 30 years, and people that will be tomorrow are people above the 30 years. So they're going to be pouring out a lot of experience. And the approach for tomorrow will totally be different from today, all right? So, but because of our time, I want to keep you all waiting. So please drop your question in the chat box. It will be addressed, if not directly on this call, by tomorrow we'll put it together to ask the speakers. And definitely all these speakers that join us tonight, they are 100% part of YTOP Global. So we are one family. We've been there together for years, all right? So, but I want everybody to just do one thing for me, because of time. I want you to look at the audience as a younger self of yours, right? Maybe let's say you're your sibling, you're giving an advice to your younger self. So in 1 minute, what advice will you give to people that are coming, that are listening to you, right? And those that will watch this video. What is that one advice in 1 minute? I'll start with Ayomide. I'll go with, after that, G-Sam. They will take it like that. 1 minute. All right, Ayomide, let's go.
Okay, so 1 minute an advice. I would say that I would like to use a sentence from an article I was working with someone on yesterday, and it says that do not focus on your disadvantage, leverage your advantage. And the truth is that a lot of us think, oh, I wasn't born with a silver spoon, or some of us never have spoon at all, you know. I don't want to think about how I was born, man. So the truth is, a lot of us have, questions around, oh, I wish I was born here. I wish I was raised in Lagos. I wish I was raised in Ibadan. I wish I was not born in one village, in one corner, and all of that. But the truth is, the world is a global village. And if you're on this call, I want to believe you have a smartphone. And trust me, what am I saying? 50 years ago, people that were born 50 years ago, 100 years ago, they are jealous of you. The fact that you have a smartphone is a big advantage. Trust me when I say it is a big advantage. And you might be saying, oh, I don't have money for courses. I don't have this. You have money to watch TikTok. It means that you have money to watch YouTube videos that will help your life. You have money to watch, or you have data to watch your money or Bolly TV or this or that TV or that TV. It means you have money to run, to take one or two, courses online. Truth. And the truth is, we might think that, oh, all of these things, I'm just doing courses, I'm just doing that. Trust me, a lot of people don't know these things. My HOD, she loves me so much, and so one day she told me, oh, I need you to help me type out this notes, this text is written down. I need you to help me type it out. She just took pictures. She said she wanted me to type it, and in 5 or 10 minutes I gave it to her. She was like, how did you're so efficient. I said, no ma, it's AI. I just took everything. I just took the pictures, uploaded it on Google Lens, and then I just edited it and put it on Word, and I sent it back to you. 5-10 minutes, I'm done. And then she was like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. You have to teach me this thing. Trust me, she doesn't have the time. I ain't going to teach her. Not because I don't want to teach her, but she cannot learn it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So, and till tomorrow, she's going to say, oh, Ayomide can do that. Oh, Ayomide can do this. Oh, Ayomide can do that. Oh, trust me, Ayomide can do all of that. Those are the advantages that you have. How do I learn Excel? I learned Excel through one free course in during COVID. And up to today in my office, there's nobody that wants to do Excel. Up to the researcher in our office that is supposed to be like the guru of Excel would always come and ask me for questions. And it's not pride. It's just that when you leverage the internet for your own advantage, you're going to be a star at the end of the day. You may look like all those simple things. They are not really, really simple. Why will my manager give me what's it called, PowerPoint slides to work on? Because he knows that if I give you PowerPoint slide, I'm not going to submit PowerPoint slide that just has words on it. I'm going to visualize. I'm going to think of, okay, so here has to be the team. Why will I just write the names of the teams when I can get everybody's pictures and put it there? Why will I say, oh, we had this program and it had 50 people. Put the pictures of those 50 people in the slides. Let people see it. Let people that are, I'm presenting the slides to, let them see that, oh, yeah, you really had this program. I'm not just writing text. Do you understand? So those are little things, those little details. People, I don't just want it. So I'm just trying to say that your smartphone can be the biggest advantage that you have right now. If you have nothing else, if you believe you have nothing else, there are free books online you could read. There's a lot of things you can do with your smartphone, and whatever environment you are in, trust me, if you can think beyond that environment, and that's the power of you having a smartphone. It exposes you to life outside of your immediate environment. It's not just about TikTok. It's not just about Instagram. It's about, oh, how is Tara Durotoye doing this? Who are the connections how did Larry Da Silva get to this point? What are the people she was connecting with? How do I recognize the next Otedola in my group, in my friend group? How do I recognize the next Larry Da Silva in my friend group? How do I recognize the next Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala in my friend group? How do we motivate ourselves? I remember those days at Damilare and Damiloso. We always be pushing, the things we don't even know what we are doing. Like she said, I did not know what I was doing. But see, look at us today. We're pushing ourselves. And we're here today. We've not even, I was saying to myself, we've not scratched the surface and see what God is helping us to do right now. So I think I just want to end it there. Thank you very much. Please leverage your advantage. If you focus on your disadvantage, that is all there will be about you. But if you focus on what do I have right now and how can I use it to the maximum, use that. My phone does not used to last 2 years because what I will use this phone very well until I got a laptop anyway. So my phones are free now. So, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean that's very powerful. Like you just said, I won't want to repeat what you said. We are just starting, and this is just the beginning. So for those who know, this is just the beginning. Yeah, I remember somebody started a billionaire club, and today we have quite a number of billionaires on their club. So it all started from a naira. So if you want to become a billionaire, you need to follow a billionaire club. You have to build yourself to be a billionaire. You act like a billionaire. You talk like a billionaire. You present yourself like a billionaire. It is not magic. It is not prayer. Prayer is an anchor. You have to put the work, right? You need to invest in yourself. Hand on yourself. Most importantly, your circle matters. But I'm not going to talk because I'm not a speaker. I'm going to have to, eat, right? So, Gsam, are you still there? So let's just quickly move on, so we can quickly hear ourselves. Gsam, are you there? Is this Sam still here? I think he mentioned to me that. Okay. Diwa, are you here? Let's just go with you then. Yeah, just a minute.
Okay. Thank you. I may have spoken very well, and I just want to like have my own closing and for just 1 minute, and just to say to everyone that if you are tonight, like carrying a silent scar, like if you want to hear this clearly, your scars does not what disqualify you, and your background, like just my own background, does not limit you, so you can seek help from others and also help yourself by what reading, meeting people here and there so they can put your life into the right direction. And always what? Speak to God. Always ask God for direction. Trust God. God will never leave you, nor forsake you. So that's one thing. So there's one thing that I always, there's this Bible verse that I always use, that Philippians 4:19, that my God shall supply all my need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. So therefore, I have abundance. I always speak to it every time, here and there. If it is going to be remaining 500 in my hand, there's one way or the other. Someone will reach out to me. Hey, guy, can you help us and do this? Can you do this for us? Can you help us and reach out to do this? There will always be a way. And that's one thing. I just want to don't leave God out of everything that you are doing. I also develop yourself, develop that skills, and don't be afraid to like showcase it online. And I will say this for example. What really helped me most in me, people in tech does not really make much money like that. I just call me. What really helped me is that if you go to my TikTok account, you will see me talking about data analysis. I talk about it when I was learning. In fact, when I was even learning, I got my first job. And someone started like, can you do this? Can you do this? I don't even know how to do it. Then just like I already said, I leverage on YouTube. I also search for something. I learn from there. So that's what I'm just going to like say. Thank you.
Do I just actually pour my heart, like just give me like you pour oil on my head, and I can feel the spirit in my body. So my God shall supply all my needs. I mean, all, man, not smart, not small, all. Thank you for that. You did fantastic. Yeah. So I'll just go straight to Damiloton before I give my final wrap up. Oh yeah, Damiloton, let's hear from you.
There's really no need to come straight to because he said it. And I was going to say one thing, and why I said it. Funny, I did not want to tell you. I was say plus everything they say, have God. For real. They gave 1 minute, but I can tell you, DDK would say that consistency is the brewing pot of the anointing. And what that means is the more you sit with God, the more you are able to stand outside. So as young people, there's this facade of, let me chase this, chase that, chase this. I'm kukuma praying. Then you think your prayer, in Jesus' name, mighty name of Jesus, as I'm going, go, amen. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. That's not it though. If you want to do great in life, I tell you, people would hear you speak English, but they would not know in the backyard. You have already put Bible verse. So when you climb global stages, they're like, this boy. I can enter places and speak with adults. Like I have friends that are 70, 80-year-old, and my colleagues will be struggling with them. But I want to meet this same person they are struggling with, and I'll say, okay, it's like this, like this. It'll be like, everybody, arrange yourself. What they have been fighting over and they've been doing the Gen Z way is because I have a father that has taught me how to sit down in the place of prayer, study the word, pray. so that when I get out there, they think, oh, this small girl. But when I open my mouth, they are like, respect. So just know God. That's all. Know God and sit with God. Don't do shuke. Spend time, like allocate time. The way you are scheduling time to come for events like this, schedule time with God. And I can bet you it's not that easy. In fact, I just got back on track again recently. Even me that I'm talking, because there are times that it gets choking. First semester wanted to kill me. You think I'm lean now? You needed to see my picture when I was in first semester. I've not gained my weight, but I am better off first semester. It was just cool on my head, but now I'm gaining my consistency back. I'm always back to God, and that's one thing about God. He's always there to take you back. So schedule time. Wake up earlier than everybody. My own little secret right now is that before the world gets busy, I wake up earlier. So I wake up early, spend an hour or two with God, so that when I stand up and say something, nobody can overlook me. It's not because I know much. Me really more much. In fact, if I'm being honest, I've not probably done half of what Oluwadamilare has done. But I know that in my own tiny little space. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm very serious. How would you all of me? But like, I know that if I stand in certain places, I get back, I know they walk alone. So God, hold him like you.
Thank you very much, guys. You guys actually did a fantastic contribution tonight. One thing I just want to summarize all that you've said is that the stage is not for rehearsal. The stage is for performance. The stage is not for rehearsal. It's not for testing. It's for performance. So you have to do a lot of your homework. And for the past 5 years, I've been advocating for youths have interest in growing, in developing, but they are not available to grow. They have the passion, they have the interest, but the availability is not there. You trying to help them is like you helping them solve all their problems. They don't do anything. I tell you the fact. Yeah, I have several experience with youths, right? So I'm putting it to everybody that in as much as you desire it, you must be available for it. You must be ready for it. It is not magical. It is easier. It is easy to say some things, but all the things you add in 1 hour, 30 minutes is a journey of years of pain or silence. So then there's still more that will unveil. But one thing is capacity unveils identity. Yes, the more capacitated you are, the more your identity begins to grow, and you know what it requires. So the more you desire for people, you must be ready to go through their pain. So I'm going to summarize everything they said in few quotes, which is that confusion is not failure. It is often the doorway to the next level of growth. That is number one. Number two is, from what they've said, they've mentioned that some seasons are not meant to show results. They are meant to show your resilience. So I don't know what you are going through, maybe in anything you are trying that you're not getting results, relax. It's a period of resilience for you. Then when the journey feels heavy, it means that the lessons are still unfolding. It might take time, but they are unfolding. You understand by the time you look back and start connecting the dots. So slow progress does not cancel purpose. Slow progress does not cancel purpose. It refines it. So that you think that your journey is slow can never cancel your purpose. Whether you challenge that you are facing, whatever it might be, it can never ever, cancel your purpose. It can only refine your purpose. So, and also, another thing I learned from what they've said is that what almost broke you is often what prepares you to lead. What almost broke you is often what prepares you to lead, to take position. Then another thing that's also put together is that your scar is not a proof of weakness. It is an evidence that you survived, learned, and kept going. I'll take that again. Your scar is not a proof of weakness. It is an evidence that you have survived, you have learned, and you have kept going. And I'll take the last one, which I want to put to everybody. I hope you capture everything together to your own good, is that growth begins the moment you stop asking what is wrong with me. Growth begins the moment you stop asking what is wrong with me. And you start asking, what is this season teaching me? So you need to be calm with yourself. You need to be relaxed to yourself and understand what you are doing. All right. So you're not behind. I tell you the truth. You are not behind. You are building depth. Because knowledge is power if you understand the value of the usage. So you are not behind in anything. You are building depth. And one other truth you must know as a young person and as a youth is that you don't need the full map. You just need enough courage to take the honest step. You don't need the full map. You just need the courage to take the next step. So whatever thing that you want to do, please take the step. Don't stay back. Keep pushing. And somebody said something which I want to requote, and I think it's more better I say it so I will not miss it out, is that we rise faster when we stop pretending and start sharing. I think Lots said something about, you don't have to pretend. Yeah, whatever level you are, we rise faster when we stop pretending and start sharing. So whatever what you're going to, please share it. This YTOP community is a place where we are to hold your hands together. And somebody also put something that touched my heart together. It says, healing accelerates when stories are no longer carried alone. My God, that's powerful. I think I deserve a clap. Healing accelerates when stories are no longer carried alone. So I don't know what you are carrying, what you have been going through. Please share it. Let somebody help you. And lastly, and this is where I'm heading to, sometimes clarity comes not from answers, but from community. Clarity sometimes does not come from answers, but from community. So it unveils with time. So that is why you all need to belong to a community that is interested in you. And that is why YTOP is here, young, talented, optimistic, and full of potential. So whatever you think you know or you need, we are here to support you and guide you. So you are not late, my dear people. You are never late. You are not incapable. You are just in process. And that process is shaping you for more. So there is more to you because your pain will turn to gain very soon. And that is why this session happened. Ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely appreciate you for coming through and for staying through for this session. And I believe that tomorrow is another day, and we'll be learning from the wealth of knowledge from other great speakers. And tomorrow will be open a channel, very interesting, amazing one, just like this. And don't be too rushed to exit because this group is still continuing, is a community that we keep learning. And tomorrow we're going to open another depth of reality from stories. Everyone that said there, I asked them a question because it's the first day. But for tomorrow, to be an open floor for one questions, and we'll begin to talk and explore and explore and explore. And also one thing is that from this session tonight, we will definitely develop a detailed blog of lessons from what we have put together that we can share, that people can experience and learn better on how to become a better version of themselves. And that is the goal of this session. I sincerely appreciate all my guests. I appreciate Damilot Bonita, my special girl. I appreciate Dada Dayo, my special person. Samuel Ajayi, thank you very much. And Ayomide Olosundi, thank you very much. You are indeed awesome. And I appreciate all the YTOP Global team, and the ambassadors, the community, and all guests that joined today. You guys are fantastic. Don't forget, invite your friends tomorrow, call people, because this video will be posted on YouTube. They can watch as many times because these are free resources that we are giving out to people, and they're all free. Yeah, all free. So you can have access to watch and get better, because one important thing is your story will make sense. And when it makes sense, let people testify to the process of your journey. I wish you the best, guys. You have a fantastic and also nice. Let me just pause the video so we can continue.